Okay, it's the 8th of September 2013, and we're at Cantini.
Hi everyone, I'm Alan Okerlander from the 6th Virginia Regiment of the Northwest Territory Alliance. Today we're making cartridges. Our source of information for making cartridges for the American Revolution comes from Timothy Pickering's book, An Easy Plan for the Discipline of a Militia, which he wrote at the very beginning of the Revolution, and was followed for at least the first half of the war for many regiments that made up Washington's Continental Army. To make cartridges, we need a 6-inch forming tool. It is simply a wooden dowel that's cut to be the same diameter as the bullet we're making. In this case, this is a 69 caliber bullet for the French Charleville musket. The dowel is 6 inches long and trimmed to be the same diameter as the bullet. On one end we make a concave space that will accommodate the bullet like that. We're also going to need some string, or thread as they called it in those days. This is flax thread. You can obtain this yet today from shoemakers' repair shops. It comes in 3 strands and 5 strands. You want the 5 strand as that's a little thicker and won't cut the paper that we make. You'll also need a measure for measuring out gunpowder. This one is a hollowed out cow's horn. I have scored the inside to measure out 100 grains of powder, which was the recommended amount of powder for one musket cartridge. We're also going to need some paper. Laid paper is preferred. Laid paper is handmade paper. Of course, at the time of the Revolution, all the paper was handmade or laid paper. They use newspapers, they use paper, pages from books, even letters from home. We cut it into a trapezoid of this size. It measures 6 inches on this side, 5.5 inches on that side, and 2 inches on the short side. To make our cartridges, we lay the paper on a firm surface like this barrel head or a tabletop. We turn it in this direction right here. This is the 5.5 inch side right here. And I place my forming tool right here. And then we place one of our musket balls in that hollow concave end of the forming tool. Notice I've left space here. I'm going to roll the paper cartridge around the forming tool and around the bullet all at the same time, wrapping it nice and tight. Then the end where the bullet is, I'm going to twist down with my fingers, and I will tie that off with a bit of string. I'm going to use either scissors, or in this case I'm going to use my pocket knife to cut off the surplus string. Just like that. Then, according to Pickering, we're going to tie it off one more time just above the ball. That will keep the gunpowder from migrating past the bullet. Then we slide out the forming tool. Next, we measure out just enough gunpowder for one shot. And for both the Charleville musket and the Brown Bess, that was 100 grains of powder. The formula for black powder in those days was a little different than it is today, so if you're actually going to shoot these live, then you would just use 80 grains of gunpowder. And after we've measured out our gunpowder, we pour that in the paper tube on top of the bullet. And then lastly, according to Timothy Pickering, we simply twist down this end to make a pigtail. Just like that. And there is our finished cartridge, as described in Timothy Pickering's An Easy Plan for the Discipline of a Militia.
Thank you very much, Alan. Appreciate it.
You're quite welcome.